All right, we are Synergy Bonus. Couple of guys like to sit around and drink and talk about games.
And tonight, we're taking a walk away from the beer and open up a...
It's been a long week. We had to break out the hard liquor.
Yes. Well, what are you drinking, Trav?
This is pretty simple. Gentleman Jack from the Jack Daniels Distillery down in Lynchburg, Tennessee. I think it's 70 proof, 40 proof.
40 proof.
40 proof.
Oh, 80 proof. Sorry, 80 proof.
Wow.
40% alcohol, 80 proof. Yeah.
40%. That's where I had it. 40%, 80 proof. I don't know.
It's delicious. I love it. I'm not drinking it, unfortunately.
It's very smooth. It goes down easy. It's not quite as nice as single barrel, but a little bit more affordable.
I am drinking Crown Royal Black. Basically, I bought an expensive dice bag and got whiskey with it.
Free whiskey.
Yeah. If you don't know, Crown is Canadian whiskey. And
If you're a gamer and you don't know what Crown Royal is, why are you watching our channel?
Right. This is 90 proof, and compared to regular Crown, it's actually pretty tasty. I much prefer the Gentleman
I
Jack.
have to take his word for it. I haven't gotten into it yet. But there we are. Black and Jack. Please be 21 or over to enjoy.
Just stop.
Oh, was it a bust?
It's a butt. Oh my
Ah!
god. Oh, you're killing me.
Anyways,
Speaking of killing me. So, we talked about the NES Friday the 13th, and it was abysmal. However...
Well, talking about it was fun.
Talking about it was fun. However, I'm like, you know what? There's a new one out. We got to play it. So I bought it, and I have enjoyed it. And
I've enjoyed it slightly less, but that's because he owns it.
we're going to go into it a little bit here. But yes, I have died a lot. Unlike the NES one, this one is just strictly all online. And a group of people will play counselors, and one lucky person gets to play Jason, who can track down and murder the counselors.
What he's trying to say is it's currently exclusively online multiplayer.
Probably going to remain that way.
Really? Because there was an announcement that sometime in early 2018 they're looking at adding a single-player mode where you play as Jason against some offline camper bots and do mission-style things based on the movies.
Okay, I could see that. I'm surprised it doesn't have a bot match anyways, because the first time they throw you into Jason, it is... What?
Yeah. It's so rapidly... rapidly? But there's a word I'm looking for, but it's so dramatically different from playing the counselors that you're a little bit lost for a few minutes, which is okay because it gives the counselors some time to survive.
The way it's set up is...
Let's take us from the top. Okay,
first I'm going to talk about the setting real quick.
What do you think?
Friday the 13th has had plenty of remakes. Well, I shouldn't say plenty of remakes. It's only had one remake. But this takes it back all the way to 1970, 1980. It's got iconic set pieces from the movies. It's got iconic Jasons from the movies. And it's actually got some of the actual counselors and actors from the movies, which they, to me, are just faceless people that die.
It quite literally goes back to episode 2.
Yep. With Bag Jason.
Bag Jason. And runs all the way up through Jason X with Cyber Jason. Or
Cyber Jason.
Uber Jason.
He's not there. Cyber Jason's not there.
Uber Jason's not there?
No.
Oh,
that's one of our friends' complaints, is that he's not there.
Okay.
This
I
game...
misunderstood.
This game was a Kickstarter, and playing it, I mean, yes, it feels like a Kickstarter, but you can also tell it was a labor of love. Like, they wanted to make this game. Before this game even came out, like, you know what would be kind of cool? A Jason game where you're Jason and killing other people.
Not just a Kickstarter, the 124th most successful Kickstarter of all time.
You make it sound so...
I know.
Okay, it is actually, that's
raised
really
over
good.
$1 million.
I mean, that is really good, but when you're thinking, oh, it's 124, I mean, yeah, it seems whatever, but like you're thinking 1 through 5, 1 through 10,
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll think of all the millions of Kickstarter projects.
Exactly.
Out there. Actually,
But going to Uber Jason real quick, there was a Kickstarter for a special Jason skin, and only the Kickstarter backers got it, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll post it down here. But it's basically Jason, his eyes are on fire. kind of a metal mask, not like Uber Jason,
Yeah,
but it's its own beast. But
it's an original skin for the game. But they also gave you
the 8-bit skin,
8-bit Throwback
Purple
skin.
Jason skin. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
His clothing is purple. The skin is sort of undead necromantic teal.
He's very purple, and it plays
it's delightful.
Okay, so when Jason stalks people, it plays a theme from the movie.
From the appropriate
but
movie.
when you have the
Jason you're
8-bit skin on, it's got this 8-bit music. I love it. It's great. So let's kind of get into the gameplay here and just kind of how everything's set up.
Before we get to the gameplay, I'm going to go back. It's Friday the 13th, the game.
It is Friday the 13th.
It was developed by IllFonic.
Yeah.
Published by Gun Media.
I had never heard.
They've got like one other game under their belt. So, available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and yes, they allotted. So they threw a pittance to the glorious PC Gaming Master Race.
You can buy it on Steam.
Oddly enough, or maybe not oddly, music was composed by Harry Manfredini, who did the music for the original movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. This also has Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper's in it. Yeah.
If you go to the credits, it plays "He's Back."
Man behind the mask, and he's out of control.
And apparently, they did use Kane Hodder as motion capture because it bills him as Jason. Yeah. So that's really cool.
Mocapped for Jason, and it's really nice. Yeah. So this is a lot of labor of love from a lot of people involved in the series over the years. It is put together in the Unreal 4 engine, which for IllFonic is kind of a big deal because it's their first departure from CryEngine. So, you know, and it looks nice. There are occasional moments where a face, usually
Chad Kensington. This is the only counselor that I know because. All right, I'm just gonna get this up. How every match starts. It's like you're in your lobby and everything. Once your map has been set and everyone's loaded up, you don't know who's Jason yet until that little scene comes up. There's a little scene, depending on what map it is. There's this guy who's dressed in black. He gets murdered every time.
Just murks the.
And then, because Jason just kills him, and then there's this character, Chad Kensington, who just has this horrible look on his face, like. They couldn't do any better with this model, and I love it. It just brings me so much joy to hear him go, "Oh!" and you see the face. I mean, it
is
works.
Exactly the kind of New England, I come from money douchebag you would expect with the sweater over his shoulder.
Preston Argyle, Shadowrunner.
No, I don't think Preston can be this douchey. And just the swept back hair and all that. It's just and. The face is to reflect that character, if you are so unfortunate as to pull him in the round robin, has very little composure, and that will lead that into your gameplay mechanics.
So, as far as the gameplay mechanics go, if you're playing the counselor, you can pick your counselor. The game didn't outright spell it that I could. It was just set to random, and then I figured it out. Mm-hmm. Each counselor has different stat attributes, and one of the stat attributes is composure. Chad Kensington's composure isn't that.
It's as low as you can go without having a 0.
Yeah, but he's good in other things. There's a stoner who he basically has no fear because he's a stoner. And the reason
his composure is maxed out.
The reason these stats are important is obviously stamina. You're running around a lot from a killer. You all right?
Yeah, went down the wrong tube.
2, part of the way to escape is through the means of a car, a boat,
calling the
police,
or the Uber win where you
kill Jason.
Kill Jason with a massive amount of teamwork.
We're gonna get into that here. But the repair skill, it's important, and if your character's not good at it, I mean, when you go to repair something, you get a little mini game. The higher the repair, the easier the mini game. And every time you screw up, it pings on the map to alert Jason. Mm-hmm. You got characters with I think I just mentioned athletics. They're
kind of again, it's another love letter to the old game. They're kind of the same stat breakdowns that you had previously. You've got your athletics, your speed and ability to run.
Your damage dealers, too.
Damage dealers, yeah.
Endurance. Like, they can take a beating.
Yeah.
As much as a beating as you can take
As
from
much
Jason.
of a beating as you can take Jason. And the attack thing is kind of important because you can actually break free from Jason when he grabs you, or stun him if you can run up and hit him with something.
Yep. And aside from that, other ways to slow Jason down are
Bear traps.
bear traps. You can get like a little pocket knife, a la Resident Evil, where he grabs you, can just stab him in the neck. He'll drop you. But your main goal is to escape for the most part, and you can radio the police. And all you got to do is get to the end of the stage after like 5 minutes or so when the police show up. If Jason gets too close to them, the police will just shoot him down, and you can get into basically a cycle if you're not careful, if you're playing as Jason, where the cops will just keep shooting you. The other one is escaping in the car,
And
which
a lot of
Jason
maps-
can just stop in its tracks, grab you, murder you, and move on.
Now, a lot of the there's actually 2 different car models, and sometimes both cars appear on the map, so if you aren't communicating about fixing which car, you can be screwing yourselves over pretty good.
Because you need a
two-seater?
battery, gas, and the car keys. However, there is a two-seater and a four-seater. So if you're not communicating, you could be spreading out your resources. And here's the interesting thing about communication. If Trav and I were playing this online, and he was at his house and I was at my house here, we couldn't talk to each other, even if we were in a party. If we get close to each other, we can banter. However, if we pick up the walkie-talkies, we can talk regardless of where we are on the map. However, Jason, the player who's playing Jason, can hear your banter. So basically, it's just shut up unless you need to say something. It's kind of nice to see like real-world implications put into this game.
Real-world implications and consequences.
Yes, lots of consequences there. And going back to escaping, you can also escape by boat.
Which has a lot of fun kill scenes where Jason pops out
Pops
of
out
the water.
and just drowns your ass.
6 is it where he does that a lot?
I think so.
Yeah.
However, you can get on the CB radio and call for assistance. So if you happen to be one of those unfortunate camp counselors to die,
There's a random chance that you can
come back as Tommy Jarvis, the hero of basically.
I argue that Jason is the hero of that trilogy.
Anyone there? This is not a prank. We need your help. Jason is killing us. We need your help. Help! Help! Please, someone!
Tommy.
Jason is definitely the hero. Tommy is a shitty character who deserves to die.
I don't. Tommy was in 3 movies, and one of the movies doesn't count.
Because he was a kid.
What?
Because he was a kid?
No, because that was the one that wasn't with Jason.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, Tommy comes into town with a shotgun. He has basically his stats are just up there. The shotgun has 1 shot, so you better be good with it.
Also, it's part of the Uber kill.
Part of the Uber kill, yes. Ways to slow down Jason, as Trav was mentioning. You can stun him. You can put firecrackers down to distract him. You can shoot a flare gun at him. Shooting the flare gun at him will also ping him on the map so other counselors can see where he is. Otherwise, the only time he appears is if he's murdering someone.
Or attempting to.
If you're a female, you can get his mother's sweater to just slow him down.
On a lot of the maps, Jason's cabin is out there in the woods.
So you can slow him down. Another person can shoot him with the shotgun because Tommy should pass over the shotgun. And then Tommy should have the machete and end him. That's how it's supposed to be done. It's a lot of teamwork because Tommy and the machete are just God, apparently.
Yep. And you know how it goes. Teamwork in an online multiplayer game.
Yeah. There's a lot of... Yeah. There's a lot of just bad times.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about the counselors, and that's the thing. You're trying to survive, and it's interesting.
And they basically cover the range of horror movie stereotypes. You know, the jock, the nerdy girl, the stoner, the kind of cool greaser guy, the rich dude who's a coward.
someone of a different race. I
Token
mean,
minorities. Yeah.
just it works. And like I said, they have like the iconic sets, like Camp Crystal Lake. They've got the Jarvis house. And it works well. Trev actually likes playing as the counselor, and it is
I
fun.
prefer being the counselor because Jason. We mentioned that he handles differently from the counselors.
And we're going to touch on that right now.
Right now. We'll start with the counselors act like you would expect. Aside from an annoying little mechanic where as you're running through the woods, you periodically just trip and stumble for no good reason.
Which is a horror trope, and
It's a horror.
it works. I mean, it works. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
The thing with Jason
But
is...
they run, they jump, you press A or square or whatever to go through windows or open doors. They behave the way you would expect.
There's different sensitivities. Like, you can open a window, or you can crash through it.
Doing which costs you hit points.
Yep. And also alerts Jason.
Jason, on the other hand,
Playing
is
Jason
big,
is an
slow, hulking
art.
monster, as he should be.
Playing Jason is an art, and the first time you play him, it's just you're probably not going to get any kills.
That's not true. I got 2.
I know Ryan got frustrated, but playing Jason, you start in his shack, and he can grab throwing knives, and he can put down bear traps. And as you play Jason,
In addition to whatever kills you unlocked.
he's got random sets of kills that he can do. Plus, there's environmental kills, which those are always flashy. But as you play Jason, his powers increase. The first skill he has, aside from I can swing at you, I can grab you, I can pseudo-run, depending on which Jason you're playing.
He power walks. Let's just...
The first power is... Then there's other powers, too. But I'm just going to go with the basic Jason right now.
And different Jasons from different movies have different power sets.
Some can't run, but they can take more damage before falling.
One of them's like super fast in water.
So the most basic skill for Jason is a map. And when you use it, you can teleport anywhere. It mimics the movie. Hey, Jason's over here. When you're playing Jason...
We don't call it teleport, though. We call it shift.
Shift. No, shift is something different.
Shift's something different. Okay.
When you're playing as Jason, you'll see little white circles appear on your map. Generally, those are noises that the campers are making. Gives you an idea. You can also see on the map where the counselors are because of this. So you can go over there and whatnot. If you really want to play Jason like he should be played, screw with them a little bit. And how I'm going to tell you how to do this is when his second power activates, which is Sense. When you turn it on, basically you get night vision, essentially. If a counselor is there, he lights up in red. If he's in a cabin, or they're in a cabin, the cabin lights up. Each cabin has a generator. So if you go and hit the generator...
I don't think it's each cabin. I think it's sectors of the camp.
Maybe. I sell a lot of generators, though. But you hit it, and all of a sudden, if they're inside the building, they're going to be screaming, "Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?"
goes out and they start to lose it. This is where that composure
stat comes in. The token guy, he's a stoner. He just... But everyone else will start to freak out, and they'll start to appear more on the map. The last power that he gets is Shift, which is basically super speed. And it's useful and not at the same time. Because there are little things like roots and tricycles and parts of fences that you can get hung up on because it's just... You're going and it's bad times. And I've lost so many kills because of it.
Or you'll overshoot the camper and wind up in a river down a crevasse.
That's the problem I have with the teleport, too. It's like, oh, I gotta teleport to the bridge. You teleported under the bridge.
You can't teleport onto the bridge.
And now you have to wait until it teleports back up because you can't climb out.
Or you can walk down the river and go around. But
Yeah, you're slow.
So
You're losing time. And that was the last power, but as the game progresses, Jason gets stronger. His rage increases. Why is this important? Well, it's important because...
Jason can't go through windows. He has to go through doors.
And doors take time to break. Walls take time to break. When that rage is done, it's just one hit. He is just coming at you, and you're gonna die. And the thing is, if Jason gets you and you can't get out of it, you're done. I mean, you are really done.
Oh, we forgot about the other way you can win a match if you're not Jason. Run the timer out.
Oh
He was
yeah.
still alive at the end
Honestly,
of 20 minutes.
the match ends after 20 minutes, regardless. And like, it doesn't happen that often, but we saw it happen.
Say, no, you saw it happen. I've never seen a match go to 20 minutes. I saw a match go down. There were 2 minutes left, and then the counselor who was left got cocky.
I'm gonna get on the player base on this too.
Oh, please do.
But Jason's kills, they're exactly what you expect. There's head punching off, there's ripping jaws, there's crushing, there's punching holes in the hearts. It's what you want,
Throwing
Jason.
him through windows, stabbing him through beds or mattresses if they're hiding
Yep.
under the bed.
It's what you want Jason to do. Going back to the counselors, you can hide under beds, you can hide in closets, you can hold your breath and hope Jason doesn't hear you.
You can duck and sneak and hope he doesn't see you because
Yeah.
you won't make as much noise if you do that.
Yeah. But playing as Jason, like Trav said, he is slow, he is clunky, and if you've never
very-
played him,
it's very
it's
deliberate.
very
It's
rough
a
because you're going to be grabbing at people, you're going to be missing, and just these campers probably have a better grasp on what they're doing before you get to them, and
From
Yeah.
a gaming perspective, it's unusual. From a lore perspective, it looks and feels like Jason. That's how he should behave. That's how he should handle. It's just a little jarring the first few times that you experience it.
And I can understand why Trav doesn't like playing as him. I like playing as him because I've kind of gotten used to it, and it is satisfying. It also pisses me off when they outsmart me, but because of just teamwork, just dumb teamwork, because I don't even think they're communicating because it's just literally dumb teamwork. But I always manage to get one in the end. This game suffers from another flaw, not gameplay-wise, but more of player-wise. The way the matches are set up, there's no dedicated server, to my knowledge. One player is determined as the host, and everyone else is just there. So if I'm the host, I'm doing good and whatnot, because I'm staying on, playing the games, the matches go. I've seen people who want to be Jason, and the thing is, you can set your preferences. I don't have a preference who I play. I want to play Jason. I want to play the counselors. And it
You're
basically...
more likely to be one or the other, or
Right.
neither in his case. I'm more likely to be a counselor. That's what I picked.
Yeah.
Most of the other people that we've talked to who
Jason.
play this game prefer to be Jason.
And the thing is, it goes on an algorithm, basically a random die roll. It's like, okay, this person, he wants to be a counselor, these want to be Jason. We're not going to focus on him, we're going to focus on these people, and then it's going to randomize that. But I've seen people who are counselors who are the host, and if they drop the game, the match just ends. I've seen...
Wanted to be Jason, didn't get to be Jason. Screw the rest of you guys. You can go back to the lobby and wait till I
Yep.
get to be Jason.
I've seen it happen where a counselor dies from Jason, it's just like, screw this, and they quit, and everyone gets booted.
Picks up their ball and goes home. Yep.
And this is a problem because both Jason and the counselors gain experience for completing the match. Not even just successfully escaping or whatnot. It is literally just completing the match till it ends.
Like, seriously, don't be a bad sport. If you
It's-
get killed, one, there's a chance you might come back as Tommy.
Tommy.
So don't walk away.
And
but
the-
really, just walk away, get a drink, make yourself a sandwich.
Or do what I do. It's just you can cycle through the other I keep saying campers. Cameras, but counselors camera. And
Camp
watch.
counselors?
Yeah.
Camp
And just-
Candy.
Not Cam Candy. I miss Cam. I miss John Candy, to be honest. But you can watch them basically just struggle and die, and it's
Or succeed in ways you never would have imagined.
exactly. It's a unique experience.
I enjoy it because cycling through the counselors, it feels like an actual Friday the 13th movie.
Yes, and it's like even just sitting on the couch, you want to yell at the screen. Don't do that. That's stupid. Why would you do that? Mm-hmm. And the worst part is, I'm the person playing the counselor, and it's like, I'm doing this because I need to. Like, they put a need on it. And it works nice, but I feel like some of the community is just really toxic.
I feel like some of the community is too young to get in to see these movies.
That was one of the problems. There was this young kid, basically, who was like, only this many people can get in the match. I'm like, I should just fucking leave this and go. But I had been completing the matches with him, and I'm like, whatever, I'm gaining experience. And then this one Jason came out, I don't know if it was friend or whatnot, but he basically started leading, he was a counselor, and basically working with Jason to lead into the other counselors. And he's like, okay, you let me survive. It was bullshit, and I think that Jason's like, you know what, fuck you, kill him. And then almost, because he was the host, the game just ended because he was a poor sport about it.
Yeah.
And that's how, I mean...
If your kid can't get in to see an R-rated movie, they shouldn't be playing this game. Don't get it in here. They're just going to ruin it for everyone else.
But I mean, that's how gaming goes. If the game is mature, your audience is like freaking 8 and 10 years old.
How's that go again? Game rated M, target audience, 20 and 30 somethings, actual audience, 10-year-olds.
Yep.
Game rated E for everyone, target audience, 10-year-olds, actual audience, 35-year-olds.
Yep.
We love you, Pokemon.
Yes. But I mean, it's a unique experience, and I enjoy it. Could it be better? Yeah, I think it could be.
With the amount of love and attention it's getting, and the fact that people are still donating to the various Kickstarters that the company has up and going, I bet we're going to get a lot more mileage out of it. I bet we're going to see that, and I bet we're going to see some imitators before too much longer.
Yeah, and
I'm looking forward to it.
Another quick thing is, like I said, they touched on most of the Friday Jasons. Like, they have his Manhattan, but they don't have Jason X and whatnot.
They've got the overalls and the bag.
Yep, the one that they don't have is the Roy Burns Jason, for good reason. That's not Jason, that's Roy Burns as Jason.
Yep.
And the thing is, they're supposed to be introducing a new mode called Paranoia Mode, and they really haven't gone into it. And I haven't gone back to look at it, but I feel like this is going to be the Roy Burns mode. Whereas everyone's a counselor, one person is going to be selected to be Jason.
Or Pamela.
Well, I think for the Paranoia mode, just... So it's like, yes, I'm helping you do this. While you're doing this, it's like, okay, I'm going to be Jason, so I'm going to go over here, put the mask on while you're doing that, and just kill you.
That'd be interesting.
Or
it could be like Parasite Jason jumping from body to body.
Oh,
that
I
would be
hate
fun.
Jason
like
Goes to Hell. It's just...
I don't know.
You're bad. It's bad. You should feel bad.
I think like the doctor who eats the heart with the parasite hanging out of his mouth would make an interesting sprite.
It would.
Big white lab coat flapping in the wind behind him, gore dripping down his chin. Chest burster action.
Although a lot of the kills in that movie just sucked. I mean, he crushed one person in the car, like the door just crashed the head. It's unique. And I would recommend giving it a shot.
I wouldn't mind a Jason Goes to Manhattan on a boat map where you're
on a boat. Jason's on a boat.
He's on a boat.
My only real problem for recommending this to anyone right now is the price. It's a bit much for what it is.
Oh.
I want to say it was $30 or $40 that I paid for it.
That seems acceptable to me.
For what it is right now, there's...
I mean,
I would pay...
Lacking an offline component? Okay, maybe. But
I would say $20 would be fair. And before I bought this on the PS4, I had it on my wish list on Steam just to see if it went on sale, and it never did.
That was a fun thing we didn't mention. The original digital version of this released on May 26th and whatever. But
the physical
copy came out on Friday, October 13th. That was a wonderful little marketing thing. I loved it.
Yep. But if you're looking for just... how do you even describe this? Like, the style of multiplayer game?
Pseudo open world, unbalanced online multiplayer.
If you're looking just for a unique experience...
Say that 10 times fast.
Extreme hide and go seek. If you're in a mood for that, this is a game to try.
This is that.
It's fun for what it's worth. Mm-hmm. Is it perfect? Is it gonna get 5 stars? No, but it is
5-star ratings.
Does it?
Well, it's got a lot of really good reviews out there.
Well, it is enjoyable, and for good reason.
It's a little buggy, but they're working on polishing that out with various patches and so on, and it's very positively reviewed across the board, including ours.
And honestly, being able to play Jason that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And it's nice to see that someone out there wanted to do justice for the travesty of a game that was the NES. So...
it is what it is.
I don't think we have really much more to say about it.
There's much more to say about it at this time. I mean, more to come as more comes, but...
Yeah. Maybe we'll revisit this. Hey, maybe we'll live stream it,
I'm sure eventually we will, some night when we're bored and have nothing else to record.
All right. But with that, I think good night.
Good night and good gaming.
Good gaming.